talking about inserts. Who needs them? Who does not need them? Are they medically indicated for everybody? So in short, are inserts good for all walkers and runners?
So obviously, there are certain circumstances where inserts are, sometimes we prescribe inserts, and it all depends upon the patient. A lot of times a patient can have they pronate a little bit, their arch is fallen, they're having a little pain associated with that. And so that's somebody who over the long term may need a little bit more support, either by a good shoe or an insert. Other cases, if you're having some pain related to like an acute injury like plantar fasciitis, sometimes you would like to, give the arch a little support to take a little pressure off the plantar fascia to give it a chance to heal. Otherwise, we as physical therapists, we try to shy away from inserts because, the research that's come out recently is that if your foot's supported all the time, the muscles, all the little muscles in your foot will actually atrophy and your foot will become weaker. So you're more reliant on the support and more prone to injury down the road. So, so technically, you want the foot to work the way it was designed to, and that is without support. And so, you have to be very selective in terms of who you use the support with. And I know there's circumstances where a lot of people are over prescribed inserts. I mean, I've seen circumstances where, I walk into a store and somebody gets their foot scans, and because this little scanner, says that you need this, people try to push inserts. And ultimately, I think you're doing a disservice to either your patient or your customer, because if they don't really need an insert or if they're not having any pain, well, I would shy away from it, because if you, just try to sell people inserts to make money, well, you're ultimately, potentially going to lead them to having more injuries and problems later on down the road.
So what advice would you give a retail run specialty store for folks who have been accustomed to wearing inserts all the time and they're trying to get back to, as you say, a more natural footbed state?
Well, so a couple of things. I mean, one, first and foremost, whenever we work with a walker or runner, the first thing we do is we look at their gait, whether it's walking or running, and you want to make sure they have the right foot strike, or if there's any other issues that stand out, something that can be addressed. And I know you guys are very good about giving customers feedback on are they weak in their hips or potentially their knee or their foot, and you guys can address that or send them in the right direction. Now, in other cases where somebody has mistakenly been given an insert, it's definitely like a process where you have to wean them off of it. So it's like if somebody breaks their leg and they've been in a cast for a really long time, well, the day they get the cast off, they're not going to just start running, all right? So it's the same thing as the foot. If a foot's been supported for a really long time, you have to, kind of wean yourself out of the orthotic in terms of, well, maybe you wear it to run in, but when you're walking in it or you're walking around your house, you take it out, and then you spend longer and longer periods of time, outside of it. Now, if you have any issues, well, you may want to talk to a physical therapist, or like I said, you guys, in terms of get some advice on how to strengthen a foot or strengthen other areas of your leg, like your hip, that control the rotation of the leg to help improve the mechanics of the leg and take some pressure off the foot. But you definitely have to wean. It can't be like a sudden change. You can't go from a very supported foot, even though if you have a good foot, to like a neutral shoe without any support, because then you'll wind up getting injury. And so that's why you have to do the right thing for your patient or your customer, up front, and not put them in a situation where it's going to lead to injuries later on down the road.
Okay, thank you very much. That was very
helpful.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you for the time. I appreciate it.